Hello and a very warm welcome. I am Gurion and you're watching Firstpost. In the next 2 minutes, I get you the top 40 updates from around the world, only here on Fast and Factual. Let's get started. First in from the United States, the Trump administration has blocked Harvard University from enrolling new international students. The government accused the university of coordinating with the Chinese Communist Party. It also linked the decision to other sensitive issues, including anti-Semitism and foreign influence. The university has been given 72 hours to comply with the government's demands. However, Harvard, on the other hand, has called the move unfair and vowed to support its students. Staying with the United States, a private jet crashed into the residential neighborhood in San Diego. The plane hit a home, igniting a blaze and killing at least 4 people, while 8 others were hospitalized due to smoke inhalation. Renowned music industry executive Dave Shapiro was also among the deceased. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has appointed Major General David Zini as the next head of the Shin Bet Domestic Security Agency. The appointment came amid mass protests against the dismissal of incumbent security chief Ron Bar. He resigned in April after Netanyahu tried to oust him and said he would step down on June 15th. Israeli forces continue to strike Gaza with explosions visible in its skies. Israeli military released a video that it claims to show troops operating in the enclave. The Israeli army also said its air force struck over 75 targets in the past 24 hours. The Israeli military said that it intercepted 2 missile launched from Yemen. The Houthi attack triggered air raid sirens across the country, including in Jerusalem and the West Bank. Meanwhile, the Yemen-based Houthis said they had launched a ballistic missile towards Israel Gurion airport and 2 drones towards the Tel Aviv area. An Israeli airstrike targeted a building in southern Lebanon's Toul. The strike came shortly after Israeli forces issued an evacuation warning. The attack triggered a blaze with plumes of smoke billowing from the building. The Philippine authorities have accused China's Coast Guard of using water cannons and side-sweeping a Filipino government vessel in the contested South China Sea. The Philippines condemned the alleged aggressive interference of the Chinese Coast Guard against 2 of its vessels, including one yesterday. India has intensified nationwide crackdown on Pakistan's spy network. At least 16 Indians have been arrested by police over park lines so far. All accused allegedly passed on details of India's security to Pakistan. In the latest, UPATS arrested a scrap dealer from Noida for spying, while a Varanasi-based man was arrested from Noida yesterday. A fire broke out at St. Michael's Hospital in Bristol. The blaze prompted the urgent evacuation of pregnant women, newborn babies and hospital staff. Thick plumes of smoke were seen billowing from the hospital rooftop. Satellite images showed the toppled North Korean warship covered in blue tarp. This after the vessel met a serious accident during a launch. According to the state media, the country's leader Kim Jong-un, who was viewing the launch, said it as a criminal act and could not be tolerated. North Korea is investigating the incident. In climate news, deadly floods have ravaged Australia's east coast, raising the death toll to 4. The floods left over 50,000 people stranded after days of torrential rain. Entire towns across New South Wales were cut off as the swollen rivers engulfed streets, homes and farmland. Officials have warned returning residents of hidden dangers such as snakes, vermin and electrical hazards in floodwaters. A Republican-led effort to dismantle clean energy incentives is ringing alarm bells among experts. They say the move could cost the U.S. more than 830,000 jobs, raise household energy bills, and flood the atmosphere with millions more tons of climate heating pollution. The bill would strip away many of the green tax credits introduced under Joe Biden. These include subsidies for electric vehicles, solar and wind power, and energy-efficient appliances. The European Union has unveiled its first ever global deforestation risk list with only 4 countries. They are Belarus, Myanmar, North Korea and Russia. Major deforesters like Brazil and Indonesia were classified as standard risk. This means they will be subject to lighter compliance scrutiny when exporting products such as soy, palm oil, beef, timber to the EU. China has allocated approximately $194 million in emergency funds to bolster agriculture resilience amid climate-related disasters. The money will go towards pesticides, equipment and emergency services to safeguard crop production and mitigate further disruptions caused by extreme weather, pests and disease. Illegal logging is accelerating in the rebel-held regions of eastern Congo, threatening one of the last habitats of eastern lowland gorillas. Since the M23 militia took over large swathes of region earlier this year, the production of charcoal and timber has spiked, with more trees being felled as roads reopen for transport. Environmentalists are sounding the alarm as enforcement becomes impossible in rebel-controlled zones. On to business and tech news now. Shares in Asian markets inch higher as US treasurers attack buyers after President Donald Trump's tax bill narrowly clears the House. This comes despite lingering concerns over US debt. Japan's Nikkei rises 1% earlier in the day, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng trades largely flat. Oil prices slip as the US dollar strengthens and OPEC Plus signals a potential output hike. Brent crude futures fell to $64.07 a barrel earlier today, while US West Texas Intermediate future dropped to $60.81. The drop follows reports of a possible 411,000 barrels a day increase at OPEC June 1 meeting. Japan's core inflation rises at its fastest annual pace in over 2 years, raising the odds of another interest rate hike by year-end. Core consumer price index, which includes fresh food but includes oil prices, jumps 3.5% in April. Moving to news about layoffs. Mexico's Pemex plans to cut over 3,100 tenured employees' jobs as part of a broader restructuring push, expected to save the company around $540 million. Pemex is reportedly the world's most indebted energy company. Phillips 66 is expected to lay off more workers at its Los Angeles area refinery this December. The plant, with a capacity of 139,000 barrels per day, is set to wind down operations in October. The site employs about 600 employees and 300 contractors, with a few reportedly transferring to the company's marine oil terminal. Ralph Lauren says it is weighing price increases while expecting tepid sales this year as President Trump's administration's steep tariffs begin to pressure consumer spending. This comes as Ralph Lauren diversifies its supply chain to mitigate tariff risk, with about 96% of products made outside the US. OnlyFans owner Phoenix International is reportedly in talks to sell the company to an investor group led by Los Angeles-based firm Forest Road, valuing it around $8 billion. The London-based content creation platform has drawn interest from multiple suitors in recent months. Reports also suggest an initial public offering is being considered. The U.S. Federal Trade Commission drops its case against Microsoft's $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, saying pursuing the challenge is not in the public interest. This comes as FTC Chairman Andrew Ferguson seeks to use the agency's resources for cases that fit with President Donald Trump's agenda. Apple is reportedly planning to launch smart glasses by the end of next year, in the iPhone maker's latest push to diversify its product lineup and boost demand for its artificial intelligence devices. Reports indicate prototype production is set to begin later this year with overseas suppliers. Artificial intelligence lab Anthropic unveils its most advanced AI system yet, Claude Opus 4, which the company says can autonomously write computer code for hours on the end. The Google and Amazon-backed startup also launches Claude Sonnet 4, a smaller, more cost-effective version aimed at developers. This comes amid a flurry of AI announcements this week. Moving to sports, we begin with cricket. Lucknow beat Gujarat by 33 runs in the ongoing Indian Premier League. After taking to field at Ahmedabad's Narendra Modi Stadium, Gujarat struggled to rein in Lucknow's batters. The visitors put 235 runs on the scoreboard, with Mitchell Marsh scoring 117 runs off 64 balls. In response, Gujarat could score only 202 runs. English cricketer Joe Root etched his name in the history books. Root completed 13,000 runs in the Test cricket during the ongoing Test against Zimbabwe. The 34-year-old became the first from England and only fifth player in the history to reach the milestone. Reports say star Indian pacer Mohammad Shami may be left out of the upcoming Test series against England. Reports say the Indian Cricket Board (BCCI) has been informed that the 34-year-old pacer won't be able to bowl longer spells. Reports add Shami may be picked for England series for playing shorter bowl spells in few games instead. New Zealand all-rounder Hayley Jensen announces her retirement from international cricket. Jensen calls time on an 11-year international career. She represented New Zealand on 88 occasions that was highlighted by a total of 76 wickets across all formats. In football, Manchester United midfielder Bruno Fernandes insists Ruben Amorim should remain as Manchester United's head coach. The show of support comes after United's Europa League final defeat against Tottenham Hotspur. After the loss, Amorim stated he would leave the next day if the board and fans lose faith in him. Luka Modric will leave Real Madrid after the Club World Cup, the Croatian midfielder announced. Modric, who arrived at the club from Tottenham Hotspur in 2012, has played almost 600 games for Real Madrid. Modric was part of Real Madrid during a record 6 Champions League title wins and 4 La Liga trophies. The prize fund for the 2025 FIFA Arab Cup will exceed 36.5 million, Qatar's football body for the event has announced. The competition involves senior men's national teams from the 22-member Union of Arab Football Associations. The tournament is scheduled to be held in December this year. In tennis, it was a day of terrific birthday win for Serbian legend Novak Djokovic. Playing the Geneva Open men's single quarter-final on his 38th birthday, Djokovic got better of Italy's Matteo Arnaldi 6-4, 6-4. The 24-time Grand Slam winner will face England's Cameron Norrie in the semi-final. In badminton, India's mixed doubles pair Tanisha Crasto and Dhruv Kapalia crashed out of Malaysia Masters. In the quarter-final, the Indians were beaten by a Chinese pair in a hard-fought match 24-22, 21-13. This marks the end of India's campaign at Malaysia Masters in the doubles formats. Lewis Hamilton has revealed his film production company is working with screenwriters to produce 3 films in the future. The 7-time world champion revealed that at a private screening of the forthcoming film F1 the movie, on which he was producer and advisor. And finally, updates from the showbiz. Singer Chris Brown has been released from a British jail after posting a $6 billion bail. This is after his arrest for an alleged unprovoked assault at a London nightclub in 2023. He was accused of attacking music producer with a tequila bottle, then kicking and punching him. Despite the serious charges, Brown has quick to return to business, announcing a world tour. Taylor Swift is officially out of the drama. A subpoena served to her legal team in the escalating legal battle between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively has been withdrawn. Swift and Lively's legal terms had previously called the subpoena an unwarranted fishing expedition. Baldoni accuses Lively of trying to destroy her career with false sexual misconduct allegations, while Lively alleges a retaliatory whisper campaign. Fashionistas rejoice. A sequel to the 2006 cult classic The Devil Wears Prada has officially been slated for release on May 1, 2026 by Disney. While casting details remain under the wraps, Meryl Streep and Emily Blunt are expected to reprise their iconic roles. The original film became a sensation for its glamorous yet brutal depiction of fashion journalism. Marvel fans will have to wait a bit longer to see Earth's mightiest heroes assemble. Disney has pushed the release of Avengers Doomsday to December 18, 2026 and Avengers Secret Wars to December 17, 2027. The delay comes as part of a broader reshuffling of Disney's theatrical slate, which also saw the removal of several unannounced Marvel projects. And Kim Kardashian has officially completed the Law Official Study program after 6 years of self-directed legal study in California. The reality star shared photos of her intimate backyard graduation attended by her children, sisters Khloe and Kourtney. Kim reportedly dedicated 18 hours a week for 48 weeks a year, totaling over 5,000 hours of legal study. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. I am Gushin Galan and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Stay informed and stay tuned to Firstpost.